Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Football Manager 2024 and the London Green save. Welcome back. Today we start with a super important game against Hayes and Hillingdon, a team that are just down in 4th and we are sat in 2nd in the division. They play a wing play style which doesn't really bother me so much, but what does bother me is that they once again play with a 4-4-2, which means that we are once again going to play our 5-2-1-2 overlaps tactic. However, what I'm thinking about today is the fact that we're going to have to rotate quite a few of our players who are on those heavy match duties. You can see Terrace and Bambrook as well. So we're going to go into the tactical meeting. Of course, we're all interesting. Let's try him as a deep line playmaker. I'm okay with that. Yeah, not a problem. Ruben Mason and Emerson Bambrook have a poor... Yeah, but they're not playing together because Mason is more or less been shunned. Okay. Ricky May's on heavy, but I genuinely think that we should not be dropping him. Chadwick is probably going to have a rest. Dean McGuigan, you know what? We'll let you play because you're on deep line playmaker and I want to see you try that out. Hillier, drop. Ademi comes back in, played just a 6.5 last time out, but is going to take a bit of time to get back into things, I imagine. So Kolodinsky goes in if he wants to. There we go in. And you know what's going to happen? Stefan Clark is going to be gifted a start down the middle because he is actually quite quick. No, his pace is 10. There we go. Acceleration not so good, but his pace is good. So he should be able to cover the defense relatively well. Let's go with Alexis Boulay on the right for Frith, who's on medium. Boulay should be on light. Kolodinsky's on heavy. Dang it. Ruben Mason, it is. Yeah, so look at that. Look, they don't dislike each other. That's lucky. Sky is potentially about to go out on loan, so let's give him one game out there with his decent tackling stat to try and get the ball back in there for us. And then centre mid, who's it going to be? But Connell Jones, it's got to be. Although that is not the tactic, is it? That is not how it should be. It should be advanced playmaker on support. Wingbacks, that's good. That's all good. And then Takeda's actually on light, whereas Ricky May's on heavy. And then it's a swap on those two. There we go. Let's also give Cullen a start because McIntyre's not been the best all around. Does Ademi 45 minutes on Ademi again? Yeah, I guess Bambrook comes in there. Melbourne stays. Ricky May stays. And yeah, I guess that's it. Dean McGuigan's the only one on heavy of the starting 11, which is just, I think, something we're going to have to do. I'm going to hit early crosses as well this game because last time out, okay, team's happy. That's good. But can they go out there and get a result? That is the question. Can they go and do that? Who knows, but it would be very useful if we could get ourselves at least a draw in this game. We're going to have to perform well. We lost in the last one. We almost got it back to 3-3 at the very end of the last game, but it wasn't meant to be. Let's see what happens here. 5 minutes gone. We are even on possession and trying to build some momentum, but it's mostly against us here. Hayes and Hillingdon with the early chance, and it's come off the bar. Goes out for another corner. Whew! That was close early doors. Well out. Oh, that's a good touch. Into the danger zone and shoots it wide. Yeah, that's a tough angle to score from, so I'm not surprised that didn't actually end up going in. But possession still rather even, but momentum very much against us. Let's drop onto balanced and just see how we fare. Look how high up the pitch they are pushing. Ridiculously high up the pitch. That's gone over the bar. Let's just take a quick look at those analysis. Look at this. We are sitting so far back. Guys, step up now. There we go. Now we've got a highlight. Cullen crosses it in. Asplund Sky won't get there. Into Mason. Finds Stevens at the back. Back to Mason. He's in a good spot. Get it in the middle. Get it in the middle. Or just pass it back. That's fine as well. We've reloaded possession. Stevens out wide. Back we go. Back we go. Or just keep going on your own. No, he's got... See, that's why I was saying back you go. Because that should not... You should not have been going down a blind alley like that. And now we're in trouble. Now we're in trouble. And now, Stevens, you are coming off. What are you doing? That is terrible decision making. Off you come, lad. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. That is awful. Not creating much here, are we? Okay, well, I say that. We win the corner. Into Boulay, takes a touch. Nope, lost it, and we're on the counter. We're being countered even. Camden's got to play it forward. There's got to be a pass there. He does. Wow, no. Oh, Clark! Well saved. Okay, I think after this we're going to have to move on to our 4-3-3 structured middle because we are getting just put under a lot of pressure. Proudfoot over the bar. Okay, yep, we've got to change it. We have got to change it. So Jones is in that position. McGuigan. Sky goes there. Clark. I don't really want to take you off, but it looks like I'm going to have to. Mason, Ademi. Oh, Ademi can go in there. Look at that. That's interesting. What's his passing stat? 5. It's awful. But he is on ball-winning midfielder, so maybe that will work. Okay, a bit of momentum coming back our way. And then it swings back again. Wow. Oh, no, it is back our way. Okay, that was a good change. If it doesn't seem to work, what's good is that if the 5 at the back doesn't seem to work, it does seem to guarantee possession, but it doesn't seem to guarantee shots in... Oh, why? We're giving the ball away again. So cheaply, and we've been turned, and it's a really, really good save, but we have got to be better with the ball in the middle of the park. Really. How are they not like 3-0 up? How far back we are. We've got to move forward, guys. You've got to go up. You've got to trigger the press. We've got to get involved. The intensity of our first tactic isn't kind of our 5 at the back. It isn't the kind of most intense tactic, so it shouldn't really tire us out. But it does often leave us... Well, not often, but if we end up having to play more attacking at the end of games to try and get a result, then that is going to tire us out. And that's going to be a problem. Of course, today's game is a bit of a weird one because we are pretty heavily rotated in this one as well. Well done. But if you win the ball, don't just... What are you... That... Oh, McGuigan. You've won the ball and you just kick it to where? To no one. To no one. Really annoying. Is that red? No, it's just the yellow. Okay, guys, I need more. We've got to go out there and get something here. Possession is great, but we've got to go attacking and we've got to go and get something. Game's not done. Okay, the pressure is telling. We are getting chances and we are getting momentum. Ruben Mason, just have a go. How was... Yeah, of course they've gone to a back five. We're putting on the pressure and we just can't frickin' score. You know what? Maybe it just was. They had a good frickin' game and we didn't. Maybe that's just what happened. Ricky May played well. Melbourne played well when he came on. Defense has done a pretty good job, but just not the best. We've had possession. We've had chances. We've hit the post multiple times. Yeah. Maybe that's just one that we kind of chalk off to. They are allowed to play well. They are allowed to score goals. You can't stop them every match. You can't outscore them every time. But my chair is going to drive me crazy. But in general, not good. But now the question is, how much time do we have before the next game in order to get our first team back out there? Because that defensive line was 100% not our front three, our back three, our first selection defensive line. So we need to get them back out there. Wasteful greens. There you go. That's the point. Look at that. 16 shots each, but just not enough work from us. I mean, look, he did play well, didn't he? Only 3 days, my word. 3 days. Goodness. Not long at all. Well, lots of wingers. That's good. No defensive midfielders. That's really unhelpful. Gerard Sprawley set to go out on loan. That's awesome. Let's make a parting comment. He's pleased. He's very happy. That's good stuff. He's been out on loan a lot, hasn't he? Like 2 or 3 times. This is the 3rd time. So he does tend to start the season with us, play a game or a couple, go off on loan. Then he played a couple of games, went off on loan again. Very interesting. I like the fact that he's still with us, but we've let him go on loan multiple times. It's quite funny. Okay, 3 days. Right, so we're on to the Fisher game. Once again, they play as a 4-4-2. And once again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play our 5 at the back, knowing that it may be a situation where once again, we drop into a... Oh, Abdullah wants to play more. Yep. Yes, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. He's come to me and he said, look, I'm not the biggest player, non-negotiable. No, he's off. He can be on loan. It's not going non-negotiable. Expected to get a draw. Yeah, so we're going to go with the same tactic again. We're going to play our 5 at the back and we're going to work on just trying to play a little bit better in this one. Okay, let's go for a quick pick real quick and then swap things around. So Bambrick plays down the middle. Terrace, you swap out. Kolodinsky, where are you? Mason, Kolodinsky, there you are. Ricky May goes there. Ruben Mason comes off. Sam Price, no. McIntyre, yes. Connell Jones, Haider Abdullah, you'll start instead of Wood. McGuigan, you know what? Let's give Melbourne a start because you're just still on heavy and you've kind of annoyed me. Kind of annoyed me to the point where I'm just like, you know what? You don't really... You shouldn't be getting as much game time as you have been. Boulay on the right. Do we go to Luke Frith? He's on medium. Boulay is on light, so no. Everyone else is good. Chadwick down the middle again. Ricky May still on heavy, which is the problem. Okay, Ricky May will go on the bench instead. Cullen is there. Now, the only change I'm making to this overlaps is I'm going to start unbalanced. And I've turned off the be more disciplined. I want them to try and be somewhat creative. Let them have a bit more of a go with things. The same here where we actually start on positive. This is when we go attacking. So that's why the intensity is a little bit less on... you know, I like it. I like it. We're back to more or less the first team. Keneally is playing instead of Mehmet Demir, which is interesting. That's okay. I'm okay with that. More direct passing. You know what? I'm okay with that as well. Everyone's happy. If we are getting bossed, again, we will just change to our 4-4-2... 4-3-3. It's not really a 4-3-3 though, is it? It's a 4-1-2-1-2. Down the middle. I should really rename it because it is not. It's not a 4-3-3. It's a 4-1-2-1-2. Okay. Yeah, no changes really. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. The first 2 times that we played this tactic against a team within a 4-4-2, we absolutely dominated. We absolutely bossed it and completely ran riot. Scored so many... What is that goal kick? That is awful. That is not playing out of defense, is it? Warren Kolodinsky. Chadwick gives it back to Kerr. Dayton out wide. Skinner. Thompson. Dangerous spot to be in. Well done. And well away. And Colin! Oh my goodness, we're lucky. Oh my goodness. Get that ball out of there. Cullen. Why are you headering that off so silly? Really good save. Okay, what is... Is this happening again where we are just getting pushed back? It feels like it is. What on Hillier? Okay, just defend the corner, guys. Yeah, well up. Hillier, that's a terrible header. Okay. They've already had 6 shots. Okay, possession is creeping up. It is creeping up. They've had 1 shot since we stepped up a little bit. They might have another one here. They do. It's off the bar. It's well out from Myla. Hillier, Terrace on a yellow card. Possession evening out, and we still have not had a shot. Oh, well done, Boulay. Well done, Takeda. Take a go. Have a go. He has a go. Thank you. There we go. Is Keneally like against just passing it out? He must be, and it is frustrating me. It's getting on my nerves. That's twice he's just kicked the ball up there. Pass it to a... Just pass it, please. How was that missed? Oh my goodness. Yeah, once again, this tactic is not working. It did work a couple of times. It's not working this time. We're going to have to change things up. Melbourne goes in there. Bambrick off for Blaney Brom. Terrace, you have to come off later, I guess. Melbourne will drop back for you. Okay. Well done. Okay, well done. We've won the ball back. Now, what if I just want to quickly pause and look at their shape. So they're just playing their 4 at the back with Dayton as their... Look at the analysis. We are still so far back. So Dayton is... Interesting. Their wingers are really pushing up. Maybe... We're doing well in defense, but the... Interesting. I'm not sold. Obviously, we were in that 5 at the back and we've now changed. Because rather than changing at 1 or 2-0 down, we'll change our tactic and we'll go 1-0 up instead. Very good. Calm down. Melbourne with the pass inside. Ibron makes a good pass forward. Cullen gets tackled. Chadwick takes a touch and just lets it go into the bottom corner. Very, very nice. And that's kind of what we're looking for. I mean, we've had a couple of games where we've gone attacking in the second halves of the game. And it has kind of worked. Why are we inviting crosses? We shouldn't be inviting crosses. The stupid thing is that they didn't even see who scored it and how it went in because of this freaking box down here. They've gone and got the goal back. I mean, you can't say they don't deserve it. They've been very, very good over the course of this game. We were expected to lose, but I don't want to. Well out. It's a good switch. Oh my freaking god. Okay. Off we go attacking again. Playing catch up once again. Brum, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Yellow card. Okay, cool. Ibram just playing a terrible pass. Was it Ibram? Yeah, it was. Once again, I love the pressure at the end of the game, but it doesn't result in anything. Okay. So what did we do wrong there? What happened? What went wrong? Well, their gegenpress is going to counter our short passing. So maybe when we're up against the gegenpress team, we've got to just adapt and play direct. Yeah, I think that's got to be it, isn't it? You know, if we know that if they're going to press, then we don't want to hold possession because they're going to put us under pressure in that possession. So that makes sense. We don't need a team meeting. We've lost okay, yes, we've lost 3 games in a row. Okay, fine. We'll do it. Emergency recruitment. Emergency recruitment. I mean, that's not the... Look, we do need better passes. Let's go have a look for some better passes. So let's get rid of these. We're looking for centre mids with good vision, good flair, good passing. Will Henderson, here we are. Offer accepted. But what does Henderson think? What does Henderson say? If they're going to press high, then that's the thing, isn't it? Henderson snubs. Okay, well, that means we don't get to see his stats. But if he's got the stats in the right stuff, then we're just gonna we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it. Star player, improve our goalie. You want to play in, yeah, you want to be a midfielder. That's fine. You'll be a regular starter. And okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. Get the wage down to 475, 700. Okay, you're going to be like that, are you? 625, 600. Agreed. Done. And we're going to see what he can do. It doesn't matter if he's awful, but we're just not doing enough in the middle of the park. And I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, having... I don't know. Sky is set to move out on loan, that's fine. Okay, this next game, we're going to play our 4-1-2-1-2 from the beginning. We're not going to change. We're not going to rely on that. We're going to go straight into our 4-1-2-1-2 because 2 losses in a row is not great in today's episode. But 3 losses in a row are at the end of the last game. It's becoming a pattern. It's becoming a pattern that I do not like. Stevens. Obviously, I was unimpressed with Stevens costing us a goal in the last game. Okay, if they play gegenpress, we cannot play possession because they will put us under pressure. We do not have the players to be able to string the passes together when under pressure. So we've got to adapt. If they go with... If they're going to go with a gegenpress, then we've got to play a different game. Maybe that's when we go with a 4-3-3. And we tell the wingers to absolutely get down the end of there. And that's how we play. But it's very difficult to be familiar with that many tactics. So how do they play? They play the gegenpress. Okay. All right, so this gives us a chance to try it out. So tactical meeting. We are going to play a higher line of engagement because we've been burned on a few of these already. So step up. Turn that off. Don't play out of defense. Play and shoot on sight. And counter when we can. Also, don't do that. Distribute to the target. And Takeda, you're going to come out for Ricky May. Actually, no, it's going to be the other way around. So where is McIntyre? There you go. McIntyre, May. Chadwick's in there. McGuigan, you're in there. I like Bambrook and Terrace together. Stevens, you'll play out on the left. Hillier, Melbourne. Probably Blaney, Brom. Good technique, good teamwork. Vision's not the best, but flair is good. So we'll go with Blaney, Brom down the middle. Stefan Clark, you should be on the bench. Connell Jones, you guys swap. And then Lee North goes there. Ashbourne, you should probably be in the under 18s. Guess into the reserves because you're on loan. Um, okay, there we go. If they're going to gegenpress, we're going to hit them on the counter. 3 losses in a row. We've got to bounce back. We've got to sort it out. Unlucky. Good start. Okay, Boulet's probably going to have to come off because he's already looking very tired. Should have played Luke Frith, actually. I think. Okay, that's 3 shots already. That's much better. I think they're understanding the assignment. We're having the possession, but we need to go and score. Now we're not even having the possession, and they are getting most of it. Okay, Boulet on the ball, finds McIntyre, finds McGuigan, finds Ibrom. For some reason goes back into the trap. Oh, what are they doing? They're just having a real bad run of form. Is this the mid-season slump? Is this the mid-season slump? It happens every year. No matter what we try and do, it happens. What on Boulet? Good. Yes, Ricky May. Is he onside? He must be onside. He's chipped the keeper. That's the counter-attack we're looking for. If they're going to gegenpress and play that high up the pitch and commit that high up the pitch, then we're going to counter. Very good stuff. Okay, that's what we're after. We're after that kind of attack. Just absolutely. Ibrom can go out wide. Hillier can go out onto the right as well. McGuigan can't. Chadwick can't. Ricky May can go out left if we need him to. It might be an idea to test that out in the second half against the gegenpress. Does a 4-3-3 help us out? Might be an idea. We know they're going to have possession. We're okay with that in this game. Get it in. Get it in. There we go. Ricky May far post. Ricky May. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's genuinely the problem. Is that Ricky May was on heavy, so we rested him, and then we lose 3 games. And then we lose because he's not in there scoring goals when he could be. 2-2. It's a great ball in. It's far post. It's Ricky May. What else is it? It's 2-0. Well done, guys. Praise the team. They're doing what I want them to do. They're playing what's in front of them. They're playing what's up against them. Okay, we are going to test it out in the second half. We're going to go to the 4-3-3. And yeah, we'll play for set pieces. And we'll put Ricky May on the left, Blaney Brom on the right. And we'll more or less match their tactic. Like that. Oh, no. Like that. I think I want Ricky May on attack. Okay, there we go. No changes made. It's just a genuine alteration of the tactic that was working and has got us 2-0 up. Because I just want to... We've got to see if it works, you know, up against a different tactic. Boulet is real tired, so Stefan Clark comes on. He's played well. 7.4 is really good. Have we got shoot on sight on? Yeah, we do. Of course we do. Okay, Bambrick on the ball. Now, if we've got possession of that high up the pitch, then at some point there's got to be a longer ball coming. There it is. There's one of them. Ibram, back it goes, and then make that run up the right-hand side. Make that run. Make that... Yeah, there we go. Good. Unless now we're going to get hit on the counter. No, not quite. Okay, cool. It's just really poor from Keneally. I really don't understand it. I really don't understand it. No reason to just hoof it. Not even a little bit. Okay, we're dropping to cautious. Well done, Stefan. Ibram, play the ball, play the ball. There it is, McIntyre, one-on-one. There we go. That is the simple and direct style of football that we need to be playing. Up against the gegenpress. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it has to be. So, if they're going to play gegenpress, we play direct. We fight them back. If they play control possession, we press, we control possession. Whatever their midfield numbers are, we match it. If it's a 4-3-3, we can match it with a 4-3-3. That's fine. In the middle. Oh, Ricky May gets it. Back to Chadwick, shoots it. Oh, good save. Wow, the conditioning is rough out here. Connell Jones for Hillier. Takeda for... Well, not really anyone, really. Stevens, you can come off. Take a rest, lad. Chadwick, left-hand side. Back to no offside. Okay. Okay, I'm just adding to my notes as I like to do, building up a little guide for myself. Okay, yeah, that second half was pretty good. Of course, it ended 1-0, but they just didn't really have much. Look at that; they had barely any chances. We've gone with that direct approach, and I'm very much a fan of it. So what I'm going to do before we end the video is I'm going to go into my tactics. I'm going to quickly make probably a variation of both of my tactics. So I've got a 5 at the back at the minute. I've got a 5 at the back and a 4-1-2-1-2 down the middle. We don't have anything with wingers, but we could make a variation with a 4-3-3 as well. So we play 5-2-1-2, 4-1-2-1-2, or a 4-3-3. And then we have variations for both of those. And basically the variations are control possession, press higher, and then let them control possession, but we'll hit on the counter. And that's what I'm going to have. That's all we're going to do. That's what it's going to be relatively simple. And we're going to make sure our familiarity is very strong with as many of those tactics as possible. So we do manage to get the win that we have been searching for over the course of this episode. 2 bad matches just not working against the gegenpress. It didn't work it easily could have been worse. It could have been far worse. We've got 9 days now, so we've got a lovely rest. We can train up our tactics. We've played much, much better. Ricky May is just something else this season. Dan Jones is not going anywhere, and also he's my star goalie who's been injured. So we've got to remember, we're doing all of this with an injured player as well. 3-0, we should be very happy. We outplayed them, and it shows. Hampton make Jones offer. Henderson set to sign. There we go. Will Henderson. We've got another player. Ricky May gets his goal bonus of 1,000. Dang. Okay, this season the profit is only negative 18,000. That's not much at all. We're working very much within budget. Very, very good. Absolutely happy with that. And if we could have gone further in the leagues, in the cups, we'd have a better time of it. We've got Henderson. Whoa, his mental stats are good. Yes, he's very slow, but his mental stats are good. Dang. All right. All right, indeed. Okay. Tactics time. Righto. We are at the last game. Sorry, last game. We're not. We're at the next game. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it because it means that we would be exactly halfway through the season. Now, it is an important one because it is against Ottershaw, who are in, well, in the hunt. They're only 3 points back. They're not very many points back at all. We need to get a win. We need to hope that teams around us also lose, but that will be tomorrow. We're playing on the Tuesday, then Hamworth play on the Wednesday, and then Hayes and Hillingdon play on the Friday. So that is what we will have to take a look at. So, I'm not going to sign Targo, that's no problem. Dan Jones is the only injury we've got at the minute. Now, I have gone and fixed the tactics, and these are the tactics we have. The 5-2-1-2, the 4-1-2-1-2, and the 4-3-3. And what I have done is I have made variations for each of them. One of them is the positive, one of them is the cautious. So when we think we are under the pressure, under the pump, if they're going to press us forward, then what we do is we play on a cautious tactic, which aims to play directly, play into space, shoot on sight, and get the ball into dangerous areas a lot more than the positive tactic. Because the positive tactic is where we are, we're on the positive tactic. We have control of the ball. We can kind of move the ball as we want to and get into a dangerous area. And these tactics will probably evolve into having worked the ball into the box on, but not every time. Not every time. So in our next game, they play Ticker Tacker, which extreme pressing and movement. Okay, so they're in the pink. They're the purple team. And they're going to throw numbers forward. So we're going to need a cautious tactic. They're going to have 2 DMs here with a shadow striker further up. So we want 3 in the middle of the park. I'm thinking we want our 5-1-2-1-2 cautious. 5-2-1-2 cautious. We have no tactics in here? Ah, okay, we can just load these up. Ah, there we go, that's perfect. So we'll load all of these up and that will... That way it's easy for us to just swap between them as and when. Okay, 6 tactics in there. And we can just swap between them, lovely. So 5-2-1-2, 4-1-2-1-2, and then the 4-3-3 cautious. What we're going to play is we're going to play the 5-2-1-2 cautious, but I need to pick the team. So let's just let's just clear everything. Clear everything. And we're going to use our stats and we're going to pick our team using our stats. Because I don't get to do this very often, but it is part of the game that I really much enjoy. So let's go with the players who are in form. Ricky May, well, of course, you're in form. But you're not... Are you a target player? Your jumping reach is decent, so he's heading... Actually, yeah, he could be the target forward. That's really useful. I didn't actually know he could do that, but he can play the target forward, which means, I'm going to guess, Tomonori Takeda can play there. Finley Chadwick, of course, plays in the middle of the park. Bambrook is our central defensive player. Connell Jones, look at that. How interesting. He's such a weirdly average player, but his stats are very good. He's got, well, it's mostly that 8.6 that's kind of doing it. So we're going to look at him in a second. Will Henderson is the new player. He's going to go on the left because Myla Hillier goes on the right. McIntyre, you're the sub there. Kolodinsky, go right side. Boulay, go wing back right. Ariete, wing back left. Interesting. Interesting. Keneally goes in goal. That's also very interesting. Okay, I'm okay with that. And then Robert Terrace, centre-back left. Haider Abdullah, actually, Haider Abdullah wants more game time, so maybe goes in for Ariete, and then Ariete goes on the bench, potentially. I'm not really sure. Okay, so that's the starting lineup picked. And Will Henderson, that's not the most useful thing for you to be on a yellow card straight away. Now, picking the bench, well, we know the deal on that. Mehmet Demir, you're first. Stefan Clark, wherever you are, you're second. Then a DM slash centre mid, Dean McGuigan. Slightly more attacking player would be Connell Jones, but I'm going to pick Blaine Ibrom wherever he is. There he is. And then Dylan McIntyre goes in. Okay, awesome. That's the team. Frith is not going on the transfer list. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Why does it keep saying that? Okay. It wants me to play attacking? It wants me to play attacking. Interesting. I'm not so sure about that. Okay, opposition advice. We're going to set it to our positional settings that we tend to go for. Type marking, and then we press the players further up the pitch, but only their kind of defensive players. Ruben Mason, of course, disagrees. But the reason we're playing the 4th episode is because, yeah, like I say, we're going to be halfway through the season. Now, if they're going to play tiki-taka, we're going to play on the counter because it's what got us a win in the last game. Let's see if it can do us a favour in this one. It's almost accepting possession is not going to be our friend. If we do still go down 1-0 or, you know, if I don't say we're going to go down 2-0, but if we do go down 1-0, then maybe we swap into our 4-3-3 and we still play on cautious and play on a different tactic. Our possession is very low, but I mean, they're not doing anything either. Look at that. They're not getting through. Let's go to the visualizer. Their focus is down the left-hand side. We're focused down the right-hand side. Super interesting. It's a bit of a stalemate so far, but they've got a free kick. Don't concede off a free kick. Great. That's very frustrating. That's very frustrating. Oh, it's been disallowed. Lucky us. Okay, we're going to go with an encourage. Let's try and get some positivity out there. Come on. Oh, it's been disallowed. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair enough. It's a very, look at that, it's a very even game. Oh, Henderson's already, he's already got that yellow card. Well out. No, that's not good. Oh, it's gone over. Goodness gracious. Okay. Come on, guys, keep going. Okay, so the analytical data is going to show that positionally, look at those average positions. It is very even. It is very even indeed. Okay, I'm going to go dressing room, and I'm quickly going to reload the Ottershaw formation and just check these guys. So that first touch on Bruno Brandao is very weak. Stringer, first touch, much better. So Bruno Brandao. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that again. But we don't press... Interesting. We don't press that centre-back position, apparently. We should. Look at that. They've subbed off the only player that's at a 6.6. They want me to press when... Okay, now the thing is we're still at a 0-0. You know what? You're on a yellow card, so we'll make that change. Okay, we're up in the right area of the park. They won. Well, they thought they were 1-0 up, and then they weren't, and then we thought we were 1-0 up, and then we weren't. Are we going? Come on. Come on, there we go. Okay, we are 1-0 up. Ricky May, well done. We're going to call for the calm down. Look at that line they've got going on there. Now, this is the thing, is that if we're going to come up against a team who... If they're going to play tiki-taka, they're going to play gegenpress, whatever's going to happen, if teams are going to play that way against us, we're going to have to sometimes admit we're not going to have the ball. We're not going to have the ball as much as we would like. They are going to have the ball, and we're going to have to kind of feed on those counterattacks, feed on what they give us. Because we are strong in defence, because we've signed good players. We know what we've got in defence. Can we hold out now that we've managed to get the lead? No, we cannot, because for some reason, we've let the left winger, I think, get an easy shot off. So I'm going to hit encourage. And we're going to keep playing the way we are playing. Look, their defence is just playing well. Their attack is playing well. If we get out of here with a draw, we'll take it. Honestly. Kolodinsky with the yellow card. So Stefan Clark, in you go. McIntyre. Let's bring you on for Chadwick. Wow, they are really pushing up here. We're going to go defensive here and just try and get out of here with a draw. I think that's the best we can hope for. We're away from home. We're against a team that's in form. Their players are... Go on, Takeda. Do it. Do it for us. Go on. Go on. Oh, off the bar. Oh, on Terrace. Terrace skies it. Ricky May picks up a yellow card, but if we come away with a draw, we will take it. We will take it. 1-1. Ricky May's played well. We pick up a yellow with Hillier at the end there as well. We were picking up quite a few yellows. Look at the amount of fouls we had to give away to stick in the round in that game. Yeah, look, it's very even, but it's just that our wingbacks don't really get forward that much on a cautious. So maybe that's something we have to think about, is that if we are on cautious, then our wingbacks are just never going to go, because they're going to be sat on... Well, I don't think they're going to be sat on defensive the entire time, but if they're on automatic, then I think the wingbacks are always... Oh, wow. Chadwick's going to get his... It's annoying, Henderson. It's annoying. It's annoying, yeah. Because one of them's on support, but then that means Abdullah's always going to be on defense. I think we need to hit early crosses on that cautious one. So we need them on support, but hitting in those crosses. And maybe the shoot on sight needs to be there as well. Okay. So we need to get to the Friday because that's when... okay, well, all the games are going to be played, but that's when the Hayes and Hillingdon are going to play their match, and we will know where we stand. But the good thing is we're halfway through. We've got the 10 wins that I would be requiring halfway through, and on top of that, Robert Terrace is not going anywhere. And on top of that, we've also managed to get a few draws where there probably would have been losses. There probably should have been losses. So you take it. You take what you can get. Let's see if Hanworth Villa lose against Bryden Ropes. I doubt it. No, they get a 1-0. They get a 1-0, but draws across the board elsewhere are actually somewhat useful for us. That's the only reason we're still where we are. Hayes and Hillingdon, they're playing against, is it Cray Valley or is it Rayners Lane? Or oh no, it's Rains Park, I think. I think that's who they've got on the Friday. So we've just got to finish up, get this Friday simmed through, and that is the end of the episode, guys. It's going to be a longer episode, but I wanted to get to the halfway mark. I wanted to get somewhere. We've got our tactics that we're going to be able to rotate between, and hopefully that mid-season slump is a no-go this year. You know, I don't want to be using it as a wow. Lots of players that we're going to have to look at. Fisher's unbeaten run continues. McKnight draws interest, blah, blah, blah. Onwards, onwards, onwards. Onwards, onwards, onwards. Come on, get to the Friday. Get through the Friday. Let's see if Hayes and Hillingdon win their game or not. Because if we've got 18 games to go, and I'm saying I want to win 10 of those, that means 8 of them, if they can be draws, well, that'd give us, what? 10 wins, 38 more points. That's a lot of points. I don't really see that. 38 points. I mean, obviously, if we get 12 draws, we're on 36 points. Then you only need 12 wins, 36 points. So, obviously, the more wins we get, the better. That goes without saying. But, no, we're not getting rid of our Joneses. Oh, it was a 0-0. It was a 0-0. Okay. Hillier with some good training. Stefan Clark, come on, buddy. You're better than that. Come on. All right, good, good, good. Thank you for watching, guys. Last thing we're going to do is take a quick look at the table. We are officially at the halfway mark. Really, really good stuff. Very happy with how the first half of the season has gone. It still feels like, believe it or not, we're finding our feet with how we play this game, or how I play this game. I think I enjoy the squad building more than I enjoy the individual tactics in the matches, which is probably a little bit weird. But I do. I think I enjoy like building a squad and kind of building a system and then finding players to fit the system. But then obviously if the system doesn't work, then all the players get low morale. And then it's like everyone wants to leave. No one wants to play. No one plays well. Yeah, which isn't really what you're after. You're kind of banging your head against a brick wall if your players are all low morale. Even when you're playing well, they're probably not going to do the business. But Ricky May, there was seemingly a direct correlation between Ricky May and kind of the team doing well and the team not doing so well. But that's 2 games in a row where accepting the opposition are going to have possession and we're going to have to kind of fight for our chances has led to us getting a result. which is super interesting. Very interesting indeed. Expectations are a draw. Interesting. Jonathan Campbell, stats, good determination, good acceleration. Take me back to the page I was just at. First touch isn't the best. Finishing, He's scoring goals. And sometimes that's all you need. If you're scoring goals, you're scoring goals. Let's have a look. Reject. And we're on the Saturday, and this is what the table looks like. Here we are. So we've gone 10, 4, and 5, and with our losses being to Fisher in 6th, Hayes and Hillingdon in 2nd, Virginia Water down in 18th, which is great, Rayners Lane down in 16th, which is great, and Haringey, who is just so happens to be the team we are up against. Now, there are a couple of games in there that we probably should not have lost. For example, Virginia Water, we almost pulled it back. Haringey, we were 3-1 up. Rayners Lane, we had the better XG, but we just so happened to lose. We have got 10 wins. That is not to be sniffed at. Very, very good so far. And we held Ottershaw to a draw. We held Acton to a draw. We held Woodley to a draw, even though they're bottom of the pile, so probably should have won that. And importantly, we held the league leaders to a draw as well. See, those 3 losses are tough, but hopefully we are past that. Hopefully. We shall see. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.